Hello, YouTube fans, here again. And I figured as I talked about number two of Friday the 13th, not the review of it, but all about the uncut one, why not this one? Now, as you may know, a lot of the Friday the 13th were actually cut in the UK and in America by the MPA, and there have always been a lot of different edited versions. Now, this one I'm talking about is Friday the 13th bullshit final chapter. And the reason why I say that, if you all know, it was not the final chapter. But this one, just like number two and some of the other ones, was every cut being the fourth Friday the 13th, which we all know was Mickey Mouse, because it was never the last one. But I'll get into that whenever I review it another time. I've already reviewed it loads of times. So this one again was everything censored and was everything cut out to fucking pieces when it was first aired. Where can I go with it? Now again, there was a lot of deleted scenes. I do know there was an altered ending where the girl finds her mum dead in a bathtub. There's no sound to it, and there's supposed to be a jump scare scene where Jason comes out and they find out it was a nightmare, just like they did in 1, 2, and a bit in the third one. The time they tried to do that with the fourth one, it never rubbed off, and that is why you never got the ending you were supposed to get. But it's still a good one, this. A lot of door in it, and I felt it would have been better to cheat the meat and feds. There you go. So the first cut scene, the team really got the perfect doctor. He's down on with the nurse and a bit of the saw goes on the neck. Well, that was a lot more traffic. There was a lot more blood, a lot more tire. That went on for hours. And then Ned got chased. That was more traffic. The bit where Jason gets the nurse, the bit where he drags her by the neck and he stabs. I think he only seems to stab her. And then it cuts to the next scene. Well, in the uncut one, he stabs her, cuts her chest, and you see blood spurting all over the floor. You've got the idea he's cutting her insides out. The scene where he got the woman, I'm not going to be insulted, it's a bit on the bedside, she's eating a banana, and she gets stabbed in the neck. There's a lot more where that's longer. The knife comes out of the neck, you see a bit more of the banana getting crushed. That's a lot more graphic. But the one that has to be the most unique, and I mean unique death scene, you got one girl, right? And she's always stripping off, it's like cute to look at. And she's on like this dinghy boat and there's a bit where she gets stabbed in the shoulder. Where I'll be able to remember that scene for that was a bit timmed because it sort of jumps and you hear going ah, and then suddenly it cuts to another scene. That's because that was cut. That scene was a lot more longer. You see it more in the back. You see her full on naked. You hear the screaming for half an hour. Ah, for half an hour. Then the knife pulls out and you get the idea she dies. That was actually a lot more thing, you know. I think at the time the director and the producers didn't like the fact that she was really doing it, really overdoing it, really giving out a good performance. But it was so nerving that it had to be by the MPA. Your board of censor shit, as I like to call them, was having a fucking field day cutting that scene out. But if you ever see it in its uncut form, even though it's that nerving, it definitely gives it a bit more of an impact. There was, remember right there, could be right, could be wrong. Yep, I'm right. There was a scene where the lad who gets the Bissetti on the face, that was actually a lot more longer. There was a lot more blood spurting out. Again, a good performance, doing it for half an hour. That was actually a lot more gruesome. The bit where the lad gets killed in the shower, there's a lot more of the face getting pushed in. There's more, his feet is tucked in the tass a lot more. That's more traffic. And the best bit of all is the bit where Jason gets it. There's a lot more where the Bissetti's in the head. There's blood spurting out everywhere, a lot of tire. That was a lot more traffic. So that was the scenes in Friday the 13th, the fourth one, the final bullshit chapter, so yeah, so there was again a lot more tire, a lot more door, and in all fairness, I felt, and I'll be honest, I felt they should have left that hand on heart open and honest there, they should have left that in its trap. So I left it in its trap because I felt it would have given it more of an impact. It would have sold you that Jason is definitely a nasty fucker. Yeah, I know, I keep saying it. The scene with the kid kills him, the original Tommy. I never bought a fucking kid could kill him. And I like the fact that the same one that did the special effects, being John Safina, also did the special effects in this one. As well as the original, we did the special effects in this. And I felt showing it in its chat, showing it uncut, would have given it more of an impact, being John Safina. We all know that I did all the special effects. I felt that would have given it more of an impact. I mean, I still like the film, it's still a good one, but I just felt that would have had more of an impact. So, Friday the 13th, final chapter, in its trap. We all know it's going to be the last one. I felt the blood would have given it more of an impact. The scene where the dude gets killed on that boat ding, it's such a different way. Oh, there's one scene where lad gets stabbed in the head. I could forget that. That's a lot more traffic. And one thing I would have preferred would have been the original ending. And then they would have done another nightmare scene, but just, I felt that would have been a bit more thingy. And I was never bought. I never in a million bought a fucking kid could kill him. This is a die, right? Think about it. Think about it. This is a die. You can get a die's head in the third Friday the 13th. Cuts the die's head into his fucking eyeball, pops out. This is a fucking die. You can cut a die's face to a fucking wall. And in the later Friday the 13th, can knock a die's fucking head off with his fist. But a fucking kid, a kid can just fucking hack him to fucking pieces and kill him just like that. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. A fucking kid. How old was he at the time? What? Was he about 11? Was he 12? A kid can just do that. Hack him loads of times and piece of piss, dead, easy, just like that. Get a skinhead like me to look like Jason and then fucking defeat Jason in the final chapter. So I never bought that. I never bought a kid can just fucking defeat him just like that. Give me a fucking break. This is a die, like I just said. If you ever seen the uncut fucking Friday the 13th when Jason makes his first appearance, he runs a pole in two people who are bonking and fucking rams it right in them. I say it again. Friday the 13th, the third one, the 3D one, he can cut a guy's head into his eyeball. That eyeball, sorry. His eyeball pops out. 3D. In the fourth one, he can ram a knife in someone's shoulders and fucking hold his breath underwater like he's a fucking right shark. Also in the fourth one, crushes a guy's head through a fucking wall. The fucking eighth one, punches a guy's head off. If you ever look to see in the seventh one, in its tap, uncut, gets a die, crushes his head to a fucking nut, but a kid can fucking hack him to death. Come on. Give me a fucking break. But I don't know, like the fourth one. I just felt my fucking eyes, just left it uncut. But your typical MPA, being your typical MPA, had a field day. Had a field day with this, just like they did with the number second one, which only over the years I managed to find the uncut one, a work print of it in its tat. The seventh one, it's on a shitty VCR, the uncut bits, I should say. It's on a shitty VCR, so worn out, you can barely know what the fuck's going on. But it's still pretty good to see the seventh one before the MPA raped it. But I just felt the fourth one, the final chapter, to see the date effect by John Safina would have been really awesome. But again, your MPA, your board of censorship, had a field day. They had a field day. But there you go. But that's Friday the 13th, the final chapter, the uncut bits into them. Be smart, be safe. See you later.